What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I hope you like this video. This is your review for Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine season 8, episode 15. So we pick up where we left off last week with the people with heavily arguing with Lisa Nicole. Now, you know, Lisa Nicole started talking about somebody being trustworthy, and Lord, y'all know, Heavenly had to jump in it and tell her how she was not trustworthy because she was running that fraudulent lab, allegedly. It turned into a whole argument where somebody said somebody mama ugly, and it was what it was. But it seemed like they got them calmed down and under control. And then the rest of the trip. Listen, I didn't know how far Jekyll Island was from Atlanta because it took them almost 10 hours to get there. That's a long ride. I know they're in the RV, so it takes a little bit longer. I grew up camping. I grew up in RVs all my life. So I know it takes a little bit longer, but that's still a little hump. Even if they was in the car, that's a little hump. Anila is coming down the next day. She couldn't come with them. She had gotten an inconclusive COVID test, so she had to wait until she got a negative test before she could come. So, child, while they were down there, they had to stop for gas. Jackie got out to pump the gas. Lord, it must have took Jackie 15, 20 minutes to find the gas pump. Now, she did ask the driver where the gas pump was, and I don't know if he gave her bad directions, or she didn't listen clearly, or she just couldn't figure it out. Now, while they was there, Quad decided she was going to go get her some snacks, honey. She asked Jackie what she wanted. Jackie said some flaming hot something. Child, he go, Quad, I knew you was hood. I knew you was hood. You want them flaming hots, I knew you was hood. But anyway, 10 hours later, honey, the ladies finally made it to Jekyll Island. And each one of them got their own rooms. So we don't have to fight over no rooms. We don't have to worry about no roommates, okay? So a couple of hours later, because they got there at 4 in the morning, so it couldn't have been more than a couple of hours later, they got up and, getting ready for the day. So Jackie is talking to Quad, and Jackie says, Heavenly. And Jackie's letting Heavenly know, listen, I had a conversation with Toya, and she expressed to me this is her reason why she is upset with you. She feels like, she had a closer relationship with you and Eugene and Damon, and she feels like you have been the meanest to her, and I really feel like you need to talk to her, and you should apologize. You should address it. And so Heavenly said that she would. She said, I tried to talk to Toya before, and I'm tired of always feeling like I'm the one that's reaching out and trying to talk, but okay, I'll talk to her. So she does. She approaches Toya, and I'm going to say this. The thing that's frustrating about Heavenly is Heavenly will apologize. Heavenly will say all the right things. She went to Toya, and she said, Jackie said that you're upset with me. She said that you feel like I don't support you. Now, Toya said, well, you started talking about my finances. Heavenly said, I probably did. I probably did. Like, I'm not going to sit here and argue and defend myself. I probably said a lot about your finances. I probably did. And, Toya said that hurt my feelings. She said, and Eugene was hurt by that. It wasn't funny to us. Our finances, and yeah, we screwed up, but it wasn't funny. And Heavenly said, but listen, we are proud of you. Like, Damon is proud of what Eugene has accomplished. And she said, and if I have never told you to your face, I'm telling you now, I'm proud of you, Toya. I am. And, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings, and I'm going to be better. I'm going to be more supportive. Now, the reason why I say Heavenly is frustrating is because that was a really nice conversation. And Heavenly didn't get loud. Heavenly didn't get defensive. She heard what Toya had to say. She answered appropriately without, in my opinion, without getting, without going left with it. And then in the confessional 10 minutes later, she's shading Toya about not doing nothing, about not having no accomplishments. I said, see, that's what keep getting your ass in trouble, Heavenly, them damn confessionals. Anyway, Quad, Jackie, and Contessa go for a walk on the beach. Now listen. Contessa is telling them what happened with Scott and this life coach that he found on the internet that he don't pay, but he tells her all his problems. And of course, Quad and Jackie were both giving her the and they said, listen, you have two women here who have dealt with questionable behavior. They didn't come right out and say that Scott was cheating, but I think that's what everybody was thinking, that Scott was cheating. Questionable behavior, and said, we've dealt with it differently. Jackie was like, I chose to stay, Quad chose to leave. Neither decision is easy, and neither decision is going to be, it's work on both sides. And then Contessa keeps talking, and she starts talking about how the daughter says that daddy got a girlfriend, and she was like, that's not funny, that's not cute. I don't know where that comes from, saying that daddy's got a girlfriend. And in my mind, I'm like, where does that come from? How's she gonna say daddy got a girlfriend? Like, that's not cute at all. Like, and Contessa says she doesn't want a divorce, she wants to work through it, but she said it is definitely an inappropriate relationship, and I really don't know what to do with it. And in my mind, I'm like, girl, he is emotionally cheating on you. Oh my goodness. And so it was hard. It was a really hard conversation to listen to. And I think what I can appreciate is that in that moment, they listened, they heard her out, they told her she has to figure out what she's willing to work for, and how hard and that, it's going to be hard. Either way, it's going to be a hard thing to do. And, they kind of left it at that. Now, later on that night, they talked to Simone. Now, Simone, because she had the dinner party at her house, she knew Scott and Contessa was sort of having problems. I don't think she knew to what extent or how deep it was. Well, then they started meddling. Then they started talking about what they can do to try to help. Because, again, Jackie and Simone have both credited this show and this sister circle with saving their marriage. And so they feel like they can maybe interject and help Contessa. So they're going to call the guys and get the guys to come down and maybe have some, get the guys to take Scott out and maybe try to talk to Scott. I don't know how that's going to work out, child. I don't know how that's going to work out. But anyway. So the ladies get together. They're having some cocktails over on the rooftop. And, they're having a good conversation. They're talking about just general stuff in general. Heavenly's telling the group that, she talked to Toya, had a good conversation with Toya, how they, cleared up, sort of cleared some things up, and how she, Toya doesn't feel I'm supportive enough, so I gotta do better. They told a funny story about Toya stealing some Wet n Wild lipstick, honey, and her mama tearing her ass up to the point where the police officer said, I would have never said nothing, child, if I knew your mama was gonna beat you like that. I would have never said nothing, honey. Anila finally shows up, and of course, Toya is not happy to see her. I said, Lord, Toya, you done made up with Quad. You done made up with Heavenly. Girl, if you don't just talk to Anila and clear the air and get the situation straight. And that was before dinner. When we're going to get to dinner, and we're going to get there. But that was before we got to dinner. Now, shortly after Neela gets there, they have to go get ready for dinner. And where they're staying for dinner, they got to get into the golf cart. So they riding the golf carts over. Now, while they're getting dressed for dinner, Contessa calls the house, and baby girl, once again, is joking about daddy having a girlfriend. And Contessa was like, that's not funny. Like, stop letting her make that joke. And Scott is sitting there laughing. He thinks it's cute. And she was like, there's nothing cute about that. Like, I don't find anything funny about you talking about having a girlfriend. Like, that's not cute, and you need to correct her and stop it from happening because it's not funny. So they get to dinner, and it's an outdoor event, outdoor fair, and it looks really nice. It's all set up and everything, it's real cool and stuff. And while they're at dinner, they want to play a game. They have cards, and they go right on the cards, rumors that you've heard. I don't know if they was meant to confirm the rumors or not, but rumors that you've heard. So, they wrote down on their rumor that Toya is bisexual. Toya was like, I never said I was bisexual. Bravo, with their shady selves, they flashed back to when she said before she got married, she had a colorful love life. And they asked about, well, if you would ever sleep with a woman, who would you sleep with? And the only one that really answered the question was Toya said Jada Pinkett, and Contessa had a whole list. Angela Bassett, Rihanna, Beyonce. She said, well, I've never thought of it before. I know it seems like I have. I'm like, girl. Now, let me rewind a little bit. Now, when they were out at the rooftop, they did talk about if they died, who would they want to raise their kids? And Quad said Viola Davis or Angela. I think she said Angela Bassett too. And they were like, no, real people, like not celebrities and stuff, but people that are in our lives. And so why one of them gonna say, if something happened to Toya Heavenly, here go Heavenly. She will hope that I raise her churn. She said, I know how to make money and I'm good in bed. I said, see, Heavenly, that's why your ass stay in trouble. That's why your ass stay in trouble. So the other rumor was that Quad kissed Toya on the mouth, but she was drunk when it happened, and they confirmed that really did happen. Then somebody else wrote on the card that Anila is not good with her finances or good with budgeting. So Anila immediately wants to blame Toya. Toya said, that ain't my handwriting. I ain't write that. But, I mean, we supposed to be writing down rumors. We all know that that's true. Somebody don't understand the rules of the game. I said, Lord. Then there was another rumor about Lisa Nicole and Carrie Ann stole Anila's money in D.C. Well, come to find out that there was money missing. In D.C., there was money missing. $400 Anila said she lost. And the only people that had been in her room other than her husband, she said, was Carrie Ann and Lisa Nicole. So what started off as a little jokey joke, and then it was like, no, somebody really did steal my money. Like, I know what my money was. And so somebody said, Lisa Nicole, did you steal her money? Ooh, she think Lisa Nicole stole her money. And instead of her kind of like joking, like, nah, I mean, I just must have lost it, honey. She was like, well, I mean, y'all were in my room. I say, oh, damn. So, of course, Lisa Nicole was like, ma'am, I would not steal your $400. Like, that ain't even on my level. Don't do me. Don't come at me like that. I didn't steal your money. You need to go find out where your money was because it wasn't me. I didn't take it. Baby, it got nasty. And I don't mean no harm, but Anila, first of all, that's not something you just go throwing around. Like, you don't just go throwing that around, oh, you stole my money. Like, you better be ready and better be sure. Because that's sticky when you start talking about people stealing your money. Second of all, I mean, $400 ain't nothing to sneeze at, but I just don't think nobody in this group was going through your wallet and stealing your money. Like, I just don't think it happened like that. You're going to find that money somewhere in a compartment that you forgot about, or a bag you didn't think you put it in, or a pocket of your pants or something. The money is somewhere. Like, I don't think nobody in that group stole your damn $400. Hell, I don't think nobody took it. But it got really nasty, and the tension got really bad. So then, from there, Toya and Anila got into it, to the point where Anila was, yelling at Toya, and you were talking trash about me to people in the neighborhood. Because Quad was like, I think Anila feels some kind of way because she felt like he was talking about her, to people in the neighborhood who basically she don't even know yet. And Toya was like, girl, like, what you talking about? Like, what do you mean? Like, you've been running around, talking to me about, talking to everybody about me. And she was like, yeah, I've been talking to everyone about you, about us, our friendship, and how can we make up, and, trying to figure out what I could do to try to make up. And everybody sort of co-signed like, yeah, that's what she was doing. She wasn't really talking trash about you, Toya. And Toya was like, girl, whatever, you're delusional. Like, stop tripping. It ain't, like, this ain't about you. Stop making it about you. Now, here's where the stuff really got nasty. We went from Anila accusing Lisa Nicole of stealing her $400 to now Anila talking about, well, you never paid me for the Insta stories. Now, listen, overall, I'm with Lisa Nicole on this one because Lisa Nicole was like, girl, what you talking about? Did you invoice me? If you invoice me, I'll pay you. Did you invoice me? Anila gonna say, well, normally when I do stuff for people, I don't have to invoice them. They just pay me. If you're running a business, you got to send an invoice. And until the person get that invoice, like, I mean, yeah, that's nice, but you need to send an invoice. So now but on the flip side, Lisa Nicole, you lied, girl. You lied. First you said you didn't know nothing about the Insta story. They got you on tape of her showing you the Insta story and you saying, "Oh, girl, thank you." Then you tried to say you ain't know how much it costs. Again, we got you on tape with her talking to you about cost. Now, Neela, let me say this, ma'am. This is probably why your budget screwed up. You don't do no verbal. Like, you could do a verbal contract to say this is what I charge and her accept it. But you better, I don't know, send a text or something and say, girl, so I'm about to post these Insta stories. I'm going to post 10, I'm going to post 3 Insta stories. I told you $400 a piece, so that's $1,200. I'm going to invoice you in the morning. So at the end of the day, you get a yay, nay, or girl, what you talking about, text back from Lisa Nicole, and you good to go. But for you to just have that conversation in the shop on camera and then do it, and you ain't never get paid, and you don't bring it up until y'all having an argument about some $400 that you lost up in D.C., girl, that's not business. That's not how you do business, and that wasn't a good look. And like I said, ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm with Lisa Nicole. Okay, girl, did you invoice me? So now all of a sudden, you want to have this conversation in front of everybody and try to embarrass me. But really, Anelia, you ended up getting embarrassed because you sounded stupid. Like Dr. Simone said, if I don't invoice my patients, I'm pretty sure I'll be in bankruptcy court, okay? So then, when it came back around to her and Toya, Anelia was like, well, me and Toya will talk privately. We'll talk privately. And Lisa Nicole was like, oh, now you want to talk privately. Like, that wasn't a conversation you could have with me privately. Baby, Jackie shut that thing down. Jackie said, you know what? Let's go. That's it. That's all. Let's go to bed. I'm tired of arguing about the same old. And dinner is over. Toya said, we can't even have dessert. Jackie said, take it with you. Let's go. Get it to go. Get it to go. We ain't doing this. We ain't about to sit here for another hour. Jackie was tired because she was falling asleep on the way to dinner. And y'all know that we get 20 minutes and they probably been sitting there for 3 hours. Jackie was tired. She said, I'm not doing this with y'all. It's late. I was up till 4 in the morning and I ain't had but 3 hours sleep. I'm not doing this with y'all. You can go and get your cheesecake to go, but we're going to bed. That's it. Baby, and that's where it shut down. Now, next week is the season finale. Now, I know they already filmed the reunion, so I guess the finale was coming up soon, but baby, I didn't know it was going to be that soon. So anyway, that's the season finale, and the guys are coming down next week, so baby, we'll see how. Whew, that's going to be a doozy. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.